Hello everybody, this is Hunter GD33 and I want to talk to you about a few things first. So first off, we're going to show you an excellent spot for baiting the feral goat. It's actually the only spot that I know, and it's the only spot that I've tried. But first, I want to talk about who the subscriber hunt winner is. And I just did a drawing, and the subscriber hunt winner is Chicago Benson 108. Chicago Benson 108. So congratulations. I'll get in contact with you through the hunter shortly. So this spot is actually the exact same location that my old feral hog feeder was at. I used to have 3 feeders on this map, and since you can't have tree stands, I eventually kind of veered away from baiting on this map because tripods, it's a little bit difficult to get some recurve shots on these big feral hogs because they're pretty smart. But anyways, I went out back in the same exact spot and I put my feeder for feral goats, and I have my tripod in pretty much the same exact spot. So in the first part, you're not going to see my tripod. The first part is basically me introducing you to this spot, and this is another reason why I decided to put my tripod there. And well, just watch and see. Now this is what a goat feeder should look like. So you can see there's quite a few goats here. I'd say there's at least 7 or 8 of them, and probably 3 or 4 more off in the distance. So there's probably 10 to 12 goats in this one area right now. And I've seen some different videos of people that have their feeders out, and I haven't seen this many goats on one spot in a while, so I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good spot. Here you can see another one over here coming kind of off in the distance by itself, but he's headed that direction. And there's also 1 or 2 more that were over here. Right there. Pretty good size male, actually. He's kind of headed in this direction as well. So if he joins up with the group, that should be about 10 goats on one feeder. And I don't think you can get much better than that. Alright guys, so this is how you get here. It's very easy. You spawn at this East Lodge over here, and you basically just follow this line right to the mountain crack and sneak right along the ledge right to this point, and you're right here. You can view this whole area down here all the way out to render distance. So 220 meters all the way around. Alright guys, here you can see my feeder, and I'm going to show you the exact location. So the location is X3737 and Y11664. So X3737 and Y11664. That's the exact location of where my feeder is. And you can see right here, there's tracks right next to it. So this is a very, very prime spot. So I think we're going to start taking some shots and see what we can do here. Yeah, I kind of want to get this big white one here first. So we're looking at about 150 meter shot. I think we got about 3 of them hit. 4, 5, I think we hit. Out of bullets. Whoa! Where did this thing come from? Oh my god, there's a huge one. I didn't even see him. He must have been like just at my render distance. Alright guys, so as you just saw, a huge Billy feral goat just got out of my render distance. So I never saw him the whole time. He must have been right at my render distance, And so, as you can see right here, he's just a monster. He's 300 plus, for sure. And unfortunately, I'm out of bullets. That thing's giant. Huge 300 plus brown one. If he wasn't 300 plus, he was definitely 280s. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I know I just shot a bunch of goats, but at the same time, I want that big one to come back. First thing, get some more bullets. Oh, there's one way out there. But I want to get this big brown one. So I'm not sure if he'll come back into render distance or what. So I decided to wait. And I sat here and I staked out my bait in hopes of that 300 plus coming back to my bait. But unfortunately it doesn't work out that way. And like I said, I'm pretty sure we hit probably 4 or 5 of them where they should be dead. Yeah, I really wish I would have seen that huge brown one over there. So the question is this the big one that I saw run away? Since I don't want to really spook anything. Now where did this one come from? Got a piebald over here now. So apparently this is a really good spot for a feeder, guys. Gonna get my reverse draw crossbow loaded here. Another one over there. A white one. So at this point I decided to use my reverse draw crossbow in hopes of not spooking the big one. And possibly he could come back in. Alright guys, so I just checked back in my recording. And there's definitely a huge goat somewhere. There's a huge billy goat somewhere that we haven't seen yet. Well, we saw him run away the first time, but we haven't seen him since. This other goat that we saw right here, this is definitely not him. Definitely not him. So, I don't want to lose it, but at the same time, I don't really want to pursue it and then spook it really far away. So I think I'm just going to take it easy. And hopefully it pops into render here. There's just goats everywhere. Like I said, that was a big old brown one. And last I saw was... Look at them all. He's got to be over there somewhere. So I think they're starting to come back in already. And I think we're just going to take the chance and hope that other big brown one comes in. Because I don't think this is the big one. I'm going to check again a couple of times. I keep watching my recording to make sure that there wasn't another huge one out there. But it is hard to tell when they're running away sometimes. They look a lot bigger. But I checked twice already and I don't know, I think this is a different one. So we're going to sit here at about 60 meters away with the reverse draw crossbow. And maybe we'll take out one of these big ones. It's really hard to tell how big they are from the side. I guess the only way you can really tell is when they turn and start running away. So this guy's coming right into the feeder. Alright guys, so we got this nice billy goat here at about 70 meters away. So we're going to take him out with the reverse draw crossbow. Now the wind's pushing at us a little bit, so we might hit a little bit low. Definitely hit him pretty good. It looked like a solid hit. But either way, a body shot will definitely kill him. Alright guys, so as you can see we hit him and we got some body blood here. So I'm definitely happy that he's hit and he will go down, but it's a body shot, so I don't really want to push him too hard. And also potentially spook the big 300 plus brown one that we saw before. So we're just going to keep tracking him a little ways in the direction and hopefully we find... Alright, so there he is out there. You can see that he's still alive, and even though he's hit, he's not dead yet. Like I said, it was a body shot, so I wouldn't expect him to just go down right away. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to collect these other goats that we shot in the beginning with the AR-223 first. And then we're going to sneak over and continue on. Alright guys, so here's the 3 feral goats that we shot before. And you can see this is the first one that we shot. Okay, so the brown one that we just shot with the crossbow, he was right there before, but he's not. So he must be laying down by now, so it was a pretty good shot. Alright, so we're going to collect these goats. And the first one is a female, and she scores 172.6, and we hit her at 136 meters in the neck. So not a bad size one. We'll take a picture of her, and then we'll collect the rest. Alright, that looks pretty cool. And let's check the next one. This one is a female, and the next one is another female. Alright, so those goats were all from the beginning of the AR-223 shooting. And now we're going to go get this brown one that we hit with the reverse draw crossbow. Alright, so we found our male. He's down. Didn't take too long for him to go down. So let's see what he scores. He scores 171.7, and we hit him in the Hungju hair. So I'm not sure if that's another term for just the hair on its body in general, or it's a part of the goat, but yeah, that's very interesting. I would just assume it's body hit, and it took a little while for him to die, but he was down within about 10-15 game minutes. So yeah, that's a pretty cool picture there. Alright, well, after this we decided to go look for the 300 plus brown one that we saw. He basically looked just like this one, but he was a little bit bigger. The only difference is the horns were probably twice as wide. And what happened is we never did find him. So my words of wisdom for you are, if you see a huge billy goat on your bait and he runs away, don't wait for him to come back. I learned my lesson. Track him down and find him on your own. Alright guys, so we're back at our bait again, and we just found a giant goat. Unfortunately he just spooked, but he shouldn't be too far away. So these goats are pretty hard to see, and what happened is I couldn't see anything, so I kind of just kept heading towards my feeder. So here's my feeder right here. But I walked a little further, and I think what happened is they kind of popped into render distance, and they were everywhere. But this one is huge. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the second time I went to the feeder, and there's another 300 feral goat that just took off. Unfortunately I couldn't see him again, and he spooked, but this time we're gonna find him. Alright guys, so we were kind of waiting for that goat to come back in, but it didn't seem like he was going to. So basically what we did was, since there was only a few goats here, there was only one that ran the direction he did. And anyways, we picked up his track, so now we have his track. And he was headed this direction, so I'm pretty excited to find him. Well, what happened is I didn't see him right away. I noticed a couple of goats, but nothing too big or anything like that. And as I walked a little bit closer, see right here, look at this. See, that's a pretty big brown one right there. You just can't see very good. There's a little white one there. But there's a pretty big brown one. Yeah, look at that brown one right there. That's a 190 right there. It's a really good one. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of headed down to this little pond down here. So it might be a good spot where we can get some good, another track right here. Oh, right there, right there. I think I can see him right in front of us. Yeah, that's him. Look at this, guys. Look at that thing. Oh my god. Oh, this thing is huge. Oh my god. So he has a really wide curl, but then he curls back. And all my other 300s don't curl back like this. There he is right there. 68 meters away. Can we take him, guys? All we gotta do is get one in him. He's 68. The wind is pretty good. No way! Oh my god, we just dropped him. We just dropped him, guys. 68 meters away, we just dropped a huge Billy Pharaoh goat with the camo pulsar. That was so cool. And we're actually far enough away from my feeder too that the attractiveness shouldn't get affected much. Look at the size of this thing. Okay, first of all, look where we hit it. It looks like we shot right in the butthole. Wow. So we must have hit spine. I don't know. But look at the size of this thing. Alright guys, let's see what this thing scores. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. So he scores 271.33. And we shot him in the body and hip bone and spine. So we shot him right in the spine. It went through the hip bone into the neck. So I would have assumed he was a lot bigger than this. But either way, I mean, he's definitely basically he's like a 300. He's not far off from one. And yeah, he was on my feeder. And I had the same thing happen last night. He was right on my feeder. But I couldn't get to him. I can't believe we just dropped him at like 68 meters. We just dropped this monster goat. Alright guys. Pretty cool. Well, I don't see why you wouldn't want to put your bait here. This is the second 300 Billy Goat that I've seen on it in 2 days. That's just insane. Alright guys, so we're sitting in our stand now. And we got a pretty big piebald male coming in. There he is there. This would probably be my biggest piebald male that I've shot. So I'm definitely going to take this one out. Here you can see a younger male there. And I think it's a female over here. Nope, another young male. But yeah, I think this piebald male is pretty cool looking. And he's not a bad score. Probably going to be like a 170s or 180s. He's actually coming pretty close. Look at all the pigs. Where'd they all come from here? Shoot. Oh, that's a pretty big hog right there too. That's a 900 plus. But I need to get on this Billy here. He's pretty broadside at 50 meters away. So we're going to take the shot. Hopefully he stops. But it doesn't look like he's gonna. We just smoked him. Piled right up. On the walk, he was trotting a little bit. It looks like these hogs didn't even spook her. I think these are all female though. Yep. Females walked right past our goat bait right here. There's a white one over there. Small. Alright, pretty cool. Let's go get our male piebald that we just shot. What do we got over here? It's a different one now. See, you always got to be ready out in the distance. There's that big, that's a pretty big hog there too. That's a different one too. But you always got to be ready because you never know. Just out of your render distance, there could be a monster feral goat. Alright guys, here's our goat. Nice Billy. Look at that shot too. Broadhead came right through the front shoulder on the opposite side. Pretty awesome. Let's take a look at him. Scores 162. We got right hind leg, intestine, right lung, and left lung. Wow, perfect shot. And you can see this female hog over here trying to charge me. But I don't think she can get me in this trophy shot. She's trying to get to me, but I don't think she can. You can see the shot was way far back, but he was quartering so far away that I pretty much had to put it way back there. So yeah, like I said, this is my biggest piebald male that I've shot so far. So I'm pretty happy with him. Alright guys, so I think that looks pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy this feral goat spot. There's some pretty big billy goats here, as you can see. And there's actually one walking right next to me right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.